Have you ever struggled with revision, or have you ever wondered how to revise effectively? Hi, my name is Shadara from Dara's World, and in today's video I'll be giving you top tips and tricks on how to revise effectively. But before we go into this video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe and hit the notification bell so you won't miss on any videos I post. So let's really learn how to revise effectively. Let's go. I personally know the struggles and the commitment that one needs to take when revising, just especially after just taking my mocks and finishing it. And before I even begin to give you guys advice on how to revise effectively, I thought that this would be the best moment to give you guys an in-depth story about how I had to learn how to revise effectively. And it all started from the early ages of secondary school, where I didn't really know how to revise, and I spent hours and hours trying to revise effectively. However, within my revision sessions, I constantly learned and went over the stuff that I was good at rather than the stuff that were my weakest points. And after I realized my struggle, I had to change the way I revised, and I started to use different revision methods like flashcards, mind maps, and I had to reduce the amount of hours that I spent on revising. And within those revision sessions, I made sure that I went over the stuff that I constantly got wrong in my exam. Not only did I feel more prepared for my exam, but I didn't really need to cram the night before any exams, and I always smashed my exams, especially after getting one of the best grades in my class and moving up to top set. So I'm going to give you guys some advice on how to make sure you are able to revise effectively. And the number one advice that I would definitely give to anyone is being able to plan out your tasks and plan out your day. I don't mean by revising the whole day, revising hours and hours and hours. However, I mean by setting up a timetable and making sure that you allocate some time, maybe like 2 hours on revision, and the rest of the day to yourself. Maybe you can go out, talk with your friends, just spend time on yourself and your own mental health. And I feel like with that, I not only felt less stressed, however, I was also able to focus on specific tasks within those periods of time, and again I was able to manage it properly and know what I needed to do rather than just revising a whole load of books in a long period of time. And I just felt more ready to revise and more eager and motivated to revise as well, which is really, really important if you want to revise effectively. The second advice that I would give you is to also change your environment. I feel like for me, revising in one specific area all the time became a bit monotonous, and I felt really eager and again motivated in changing my revision environment. So maybe one day I'd revise at home, and then the next day I'll go to the library, or revise with my friends, or revise by myself. And I feel like by changing that environment, it definitely motivated me to work hard and to stay focused while revising. The third thing that also helped me when revising was making sure that I was dedicated to myself, dedicated to revising, and disciplining myself to revise. And I feel like that's so key. Like, a lot of people, when they revise, they keep their phones near them, and they get distracted when they hear a bing or hear a notification from their friends. And I feel like when you're revising, make sure you're dedicated to that specific time, and you use that time to the best of your ability, and make sure that you're not distracted by anything, and that time is just solely just to revise. Another advice that I'll give you is trying new revision methods. Like for me, flashcards were a go-to method when revising, because I'd write all my key information onto these flashcards. I'd write my questions on one side, and then on the other side I'd write the answers to them, and I'll constantly go over them in my free time. And I feel like repetitiveness is one of the key ways in revising effectively, and it really helped me. I also use different revision methods, like I'd get paper and just cut them into fours and fold them and write again my questions on one side, and then inside the flat paper, I'd write down the answers, and then I'll stick them onto the wall, and just like a flashcard, I'll go through them in my free time. And again, that repetitiveness, that memorizing constantly helped me to revise effectively and helped me to retain the information that I needed to learn. Also, I use other revision methods like using past papers. I cannot emphasize how useful past papers really helped me, because I used to see different styles questions, and so when I came into the exam, on any exams that I did take, I wasn't really like baffled by how they wrote the question or how they styled the question, because I've already seen them in past papers. So I feel like past papers was a really big eye-opener and really helped me to revise and see the different types of styles of questions that could perhaps come out in any exams that I do take. And last but not least, the last advice that I would give is taking it easy on yourself. And within revising, like, revising is not an easy thing, but you can make it easy by basically making it into a game, dividing your revision and knowing what you need to do, prioritizing your tasks. And you need to be able to practice. Don't revise and then just forget it and then come back and be like, oh my god. Literally revise and continue to go over that information, because you're going to forget it, and when you do come back to it, it's going to be a bit hard. So remember, practice, and that really helped me. Don't forget that life is a journey, not a destination. Thank you guys for watching this video, and I really hope you learned the top tips and tricks on how I revise effectively and how you could also use and implement it when you revise for your next exams. And I really hope you enjoyed this video, but it is sadly the end, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.